don't steal. Yeah, well, don't fucking steal.
Today I am challenging myself to buy one item from every single stall at this boot sale. Now because it's winter, this boot sale is kind of small. There's literally about 2 rows of stalls out there on the grass. So maybe there's about 10 to 20 stalls. I've got about £60. I'm going to force myself to buy stuff, and then I'm going to get home, list it all on eBay right away, and we'll total up how much money I'm going to make from buying one item at every stall today. Okay, we are off, and I'm sorry about the very dark footage. It does get brighter later on. But anyway, on this first stall, I saw this giant dinosaur. I was kind of tempted for it, but it's just way too big really, isn't it, to ever actually send off and post. But on the same stall was this Gruffalo gardening tool set. And as I want to start this challenge off strong, I wanted to buy this straight away, just to get something in the bag. So I asked him how much. How much is this?
Oh, my missus is coming back now.
That's alright. That's alright. So yeah, that's a great start. He didn't even know the price of it. So on to the next stall. I went over and looked at these little New Balance shoes here. I was kind of tempted by these as well, but I looked in the label, you can't see here, but the entire size label had just rubbed off, it was blank. She said it was a size 6, but there's no proving that really, and that doesn't really bode well if you're trying to sell it on eBay. So unfortunately, I did skip out on this one on this stall, but we keep on looking. And at the moment, as you can see here, half these tables are empty because I got here right at the beginning of the boot sale, and literally people are still setting up. So I'm gonna have to circle around a couple of times and come back to different stalls. On the next stall, I found these Nike shoes. Now, I was kind of tempted by these as well, but I looked inside and I couldn't see the Nike logo anywhere on the insole. So maybe it just rubbed off, but that kind of puts me off it a little bit. But luckily, right next to him, he had these feeler shoes. Now, I quite like the look of these, and he looked in pretty good conditions. So I thought, let's get this started and let's buy our first item. He wanted £5 for it, so I took that. And that is item 1 down of the 20 stalls. And now we're on a roll, guys, because I went over to this very next stall and I saw this little Minecraft pen set, and I thought Minecraft is popular, it's gonna sell. Let's see how much he wanted for it. How much are your Minecraft things?
Them ones are £3, mate.
Cool, cheers. Did you take it for 2?
You should go on, mate.
Okay, cheers. Have you got change though? So I think I've got £5.
I haven't got change, definitely not.
I've got £5, that's it.
Got £2, go on.
Oh, go on, then you get your £3.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
No, cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Now, I'm not really sure what happened there. He said he had no change. Next minute, he's got a £2 coin. So I think he played me there and managed to get the extra £1, which I'm really not too worried about. I would have bought it anyway. But you know, it's a boot sale, it's always worth trying to haggle. It's my fault for not having the right change. So I went over to the next stall and I saw this Lightning McQueen car, and I was kind of tempted with this again, but I didn't really know much about it. He maybe wanted £1 for it, and I couldn't really see myself reselling it for more than like £2 or £3. Cars isn't the most popular at the moment, so I left that. And now this is what this challenge has done to me. I'm getting desperate. I'm literally looking at everything that I would not normally spend the time looking at. So I saw this game here. It was already opened, which puts me off. I wasn't entirely sure if all the bits were there, but I carried on looking around this stall. I saw this Superman wallet. I was also tempted for this. He might have only wanted £1 for it, but it looked a little faded. Maybe I could have sold it for a bit more, but who knows? And then I'm obviously looking through the teddies and stuff. Honestly, this challenge has got me rummaging through everything. But anyway, I moved on to row 2. And like I said, people are still setting up. There's not really a huge amount out yet, but I did spot this little Harry Potter box, which I thought was really cool. It's pretty much just this magnetic little box, and it's got another box inside, a slightly smaller one branded Harry Potter. And as you know, anything Harry Potter will usually sell, so I asked how much she wanted for it, and it was only 50p, so I couldn't really say no to that. So I picked this up as well, and that is item number 3 in the bag. So usually in my videos, I would go along and tell you guys how much this is worth online as I talk about it, but for this video, I'm saving that right till the end when I go through everything that I bought from this challenge. So make sure to watch to the end to find out how much all this stuff is reselling for. So I sped through that row, and at this point, I realized my mistake. There was literally another 2 rows that have set up as I was looking through that, which is increasing the size of this boot sale to like 40 stalls, and I'm thinking, how am I going to buy 40 items? This is crazy. But hey, I guess I've got to keep going with the challenge. So I kept looking and I came across these calculators. Now, if you can get a scientific calculator, they actually do resell for good money, but unfortunately all these have been a bit broken. The screens weren't working, or they weren't even working at all, so I didn't pick up any here. So I sped through that as well, and I'm now on the 4th row, and people are still setting up, and that's another 10 stalls. Honestly, this boot sale was getting out of hand. So there wasn't really anything on this walkthrough, so I circled back round to the Dinosaur stall.
That's
£2.
So once again, for £2, I had to take that. That is item number 4 secured. Oh my God, only 36 more items left. I've done my initial first scout around this boot sale, and it's absolutely massive. I may have bitten off more than I can chew right here. We came last Sunday, there was about 10 stalls, and I was thinking, oh, that's great. I can probably buy an item from each stall next week as a video. Come this week, it's literally like tripled in size. You can see there, this is easily one of the biggest boot sales I've been to this year. I've bought about 4 items, maybe. I need to go through and count up how many stalls there actually are here myself. But at the moment, this challenge looks a little bit too impossible for me. I've got about 40 quid left. I spent around 10, so I'm going to drop this stuff in the car and I'm going to go back in there and I'm going to spend my £40 and hopefully I can stretch that to every stall. So I emptied my one bag that I brought. I'm very prepared for this, wasn't I? And I went back round for another circle and I came across this on one stall and I wasn't really sure what it was. I'm not even sure what Disney film this is from and it looks like it plays some sort of music. I was very confused about it, so I didn't even ask how much. But on the same stall, she also had this PS2, which had absolutely no cables or anything with it, and she wanted £15. And I don't really know much about that, so I didn't take it. But right below the stall, she had a whole bunch of soft toys, and I picked out these Olympic mascots from the London 2012 Olympic Games. Now, you kind of know any soft toys that relate to like some sort of a big world event most likely have some sort of value in them. So I asked how much. How much are these?
£2 each.
So £2 each. I took both of those, £4, and I'm gonna cheat here. I'm counting this as 2 items. I don't care. This boot sale has got out of control. There's 40 stalls. What am I meant to do? And as I walked away from this stall, something really strange happened.
No, mate, no, mate. Don't steal. Yeah, well, don't fucking steal. Don't fucking steal, mate. Make an excuse. It's still a problem. Yeah.
So I literally don't know what's going on at this boot sale. It looked like that guy was trying to nick some shoes from a store, and I just happened to be there and turned around as it happened. But who knows really what went on there. So time to carry on with the challenge. So we are on a roll now, and on this stall I saw this little Fireman Play Set. Now, I've sold similar things like this before for around £10, so I thought this would be a safe bet, especially as it's the Early Learning Centre company. It looked pretty good. It had a little fireman jacket in it, so I asked how much, and he said, "Is this your stall? How much is this?"
£3.
Cool, thank you. Would you do it for 2?
Boy say 3.
Oh, okay.
My tools, you know.
Oh, yeah.
One boy say,
So I tried to haggle a little bit with him there and just knock £1 off, and I thought he said no, so I gave him the £5 expecting him to give me £2 back. But when I actually checked, he gave me a £2 coin and a £1 coin. So I don't even know what's going on in this boot sale anymore. So next up, I saw these Nerf Goggles. Now, this is a sealed product and Nerf stuff always sells, so I was very interested. I asked how much and I was hoping he was going to say £1, but he wanted 2, so I just asked what about £1, and he said yes, so we accepted that. So that is another item down. We're now up to a solid 8. On this next stall, I saw this Minecraft costume, and I was thinking I could potentially pair this up with the pens that I bought earlier. And obviously Minecraft's so popular with the movie coming out soon, I think this is a safe bet. She wanted £4, and once again, I'm trying to save money here because I don't have that much, and apparently I still need to buy about 30 items. I don't think I'm doing this challenge. But I offered her £3 and she said, "Would you take £3 on it?"
I shall polite.
Thank you. Oh, so that's nice. It's always good to know that you're polite, and that's item 9. So on this store, I came across these cool little Converse. Now, if you ever see any Converse that have like this, a different design or sort of sponsored by like the Simpsons or in this case Looney Tunes, they're probably worth something, but I picked these up and they just felt damp. Like they've been sitting in someone's garage for like a month. So unfortunately I didn't pick these up, but if they were in better condition, I think I would have paid £5 for these and taken them home. And then on this store I saw this sealed DVD box set, and now DVDs don't have much resale value on their own, but as a box set there potentially could be some, but I wasn't really sure how popular The Deadliest Catch was, and I didn't even ask him how much, so I moved on. But looking back, maybe I should have asked him how much here, because that could have been another item in my bag. So at this point I was starting to panic. I really did not believe I was going to buy an item from every stall. But luckily I spotted this, which might give me some hope. So here is an Inter Miami Messi football shirt. Now this is kid size obviously, and it has the shorts. And I'm not entirely sure if this is real, but she only wanted £3, so I thought I could easily sell that for a tenner for someone's child who's just recently got into football and likes Messi. And then I also spotted this Lakers jacket, and I think this is actually the coolest item that I picked up today. I really like the look of this, and it looked in really good condition, and clothes isn't usually something I would buy, but you know, this challenge has got me on the edge. And I asked how much they do for all of it together, and she said £5 for the football shirt and the Lakers jacket. So that's another 2 items I've bought. So once again, we're cheating slightly, and I'm claiming that that's 2 different stores, but oh well, we move on. Time to go back to the car for another drop off, because my bag is full. I bought 1 or 2 items from the same stall, and because there's a lot of dealers about, and there's a lot of stalls that I don't like where a lot of sell like a lot of sealed products that are probably like knockoff products, and I just don't trust these people. Like, you see them, you walk around, they've got a whole, like, they've got about 10 pairs of headphones, all of the same brand you've never heard of, sealed, and it's like a knockoff sort of like a Beats make or whatever. I don't really like buying from those stalls, so I'm claiming my extra items from the same stall as different stalls. because there's no way I'm completing this. I think I'm now maybe on 10 stalls, and I've estimated there's about 4 rows, 10 stalls per row, so there's about 40 stalls. So I don't see how I'm gonna buy another like 30 items, but we'll see. I feel like already though this challenge is helping my confidence so much. I've had to haggle because this is actually a bit of money management for myself as well, because stupidly I've just taken a bunch of £20 notes and £10 notes, and I don't have many coins, and a lot of people here don't have a lot of change. But anyway, we're going to do another drop off, and then we'll do a couple more laps, and we'll see if we can spend my remaining £35, I think. I went to look over at this stall, and I was interested in this. It just looked a bit different, and I wasn't really sure what it was, and it turns out it's an alarm clock. I don't really get how it works, because if you look at the front, it kind of just looks like a solid bit of wood. But I was tempted to buy this, but with electricals, it's always good to do the shake test. That sounds like there's something loose or broken inside it, and there's no way to test it here at a bootsale, so I didn't pick this up, which is a shame. I would have liked to have got that. So I looked at a couple more stalls, and there really wasn't a lot left that was piquing my interest here. I did see these cool Lord of the Rings like old action figures. I don't really know much about these. They didn't really have any sort of date or anything on them, and they looked a bit weird. But if anyone knows anything about these figures, let me know in the comments. And there was also a bunch of Ninja Turtle figures there, which I don't know if they have much resale value. They could have. And now this is what I find crazy about boot sales. Just look at this stall. I don't know what was going on here. I don't know what they were selling, but there was just so many people crowded around this one stall, and I'm having no part of that. I just want to have a very relaxed walk around trying to find some cool items. I do not want to be scrounging like these people here in this bin just to get the best bargain. I'm not that sort of person. But fair play to these guys. If they're making money, then fair enough. So off camera, I actually picked up this scrapbook for 50p. Annoyingly, my camera is running out of battery at this point. I've been here for about an hour and a half. So then I saw this wicked wand. Now this I find funny when people try and claim that their items are selling for way more online than they actually are. How much is this?
10.
Thank you.
£20 online. No one's got it.
Now she was implying that these ones are sold out everywhere and they sell for 20 online, when I literally made a video a few days ago with B&M selling a bunch of these ones for £12, and she wanted 10, so definitely not a good deal there. So next up, this is definitely something I would never normally buy, but they had this giant sort of Fisher-Price playmat for babies. Now she wanted £10, and I don't really know much about this. She claimed that it's like £40 online, but I wasn't really sure. You never know whether to believe these people, as I just said. So I thought I'd give her an offer. Would you do it for 8?
Deal.
Yeah, thank you. For £8, I thought that's probably not the worst purchase. I can probably sell this for 10 at least, just going on the quality of the items and the fact that a lot of it is Fisher-Price. So that is item number 13. And we are really getting desperate now, because off camera I bought some air freshener for my house because I've run out. And I'm claiming this as a buy from a different stall, because it is from a different stall. I'm just not choosing to resell this. This is actually for my house. But hey, item 14, we're going with it. And then I saw this mug, and this is made by the people who do Wallace and Gromit and Shaun the Sheep, which is a popular brand, especially with the recent Christmas movie. I assumed they probably only wanted £1 for this mug. I can't see them asking much more. How much is your mug?
Pound.
I'll take that, please. And luckily, they did. So I picked this up thinking I can probably sell it for about £5 maybe, and that is item 15. And guys, it's a failure. That was actually my last item. It's now 9 AM. I've been walking around this boot sale for 2 hours. I've not eaten any breakfast yet. I'm so hungry. I'm kind of hitting my limit. I think I bought about 15 items in the end, and I reckon there was about 30 to 40 stalls. If you minus 10 for dealers and stuff that I didn't really want to buy from, then I think I bought an item from about half the stalls here at this boot sale, which I think is pretty impressive, but I did fail the challenge. Oh my God, okay, you're not gonna barely be able to see me here behind all these items. Right, let me just get this. This is going to be super quick for you guys. So first off, let's go for the big item that I picked up right at the very end. It was this giant toy thing here. This is called a Fisher-Price gym playmat for kids. Now, I've researched it quickly, and the woman said to me at the time it sells for around 40 online, I think. And I've looked online, it's actually about 60 on Amazon, brand new. Obviously, this isn't brand new, but there is a few extra little bits of toys in there and all that. So taking that all in, plus looking online on eBay quickly, it looks like they sell for around 20 to 30 pounds. So I think I'll aim for about 25 for this. From £8, that's not bad. So of course we had to get my old favorite, some lovely shoes. So these are filler shoes. So these shoes actually do have a little bit of cracking right there. I didn't notice, but it's not too bad. Apart from that, they're both in good condition. They cost me £5. I think this was one of the first things I picked up. And looking on eBay, it's what I expected. They sell for around 15 to 20 pounds. So I will happily take that for £5. Next item. Now again, this was pretty rogue. Not something I would have really considered picking up normally. But it was this Harry Potter box. Now she just wanted 50p for this. So I thought, why not? That's one stall ticked off. It's like magnetic, and you can open it up And inside, there's actually another box, a slightly smaller one. Now this will be great if someone just wants to like some sort of Harry Potter themed gift for a kid and they just want to package it nicely, or even just for like a nice little storage box. They're pretty good quality. Looking online, brand new, they're about £8, I think I saw on eBay. I'm gonna aim to sell this for about £5. Next we have this Fireman Play Set. Now I've bought similar things like this before and they usually do sell quite well just as like a kid's little play set. And this is actually Early Learning Centre, which is a good make. You've got this cool little fireman outfit, fire extinguisher, megaphone, a bunch of other stuff. And I got this for £2, so that's not too bad. Now looking online, it does seem like there's a couple bits missing. It probably should have some sort of bag with it, plus a few extra little like torches and stuff, so it's not all there. Along with the fireman costume, there should actually be some trousers, which it doesn't have. But you can see here, this one's selling for £10. If I had all the bits, I'd probably aim for £10 as well. But because there's some bits missing, I'm probably gonna go closer for £5. I did pick up this children's Laker jacket, which actually looks really cool. Now looking online, this actually comes directly from Primark, I think about January last year in 2024. But I've looked for resale and stuff, and there's really not a lot of it online. So what's on there is almost going for £20 to £15. I will probably aim for 15 for this. But along with that, for £2, I also got this Miami kit with Messi on the back for £3. Now I do think this is fake, just because the label here isn't really how Adidas sort of do their size labeling. It's more in like a box sort of thing. I didn't really expect this to bring in much money. It's just because it was a sort of full kit. There may be some sort of mum who's getting their kid into football and they would like to pick this up for cheap, and they don't necessarily care if it's real or not, because real prices of Miami kits, as I've looked online, seem to be going for like 50 to 70 quid. It's actually crazy. I guess maybe because of the imports over here, the prices of that go up. But I was trying to look for a bit more of a realistic price, and there was one on eBay that was selling for £25, and that's probably not necessarily authentic and real. But anyway, taking all that information in, I probably aim to sell this for about £15 on Vinted. Considering all the other ones on there are about 50 quid, I think someone would be happy just to take this for their kid for £15, just to play a bit of football in. They don't necessarily care if it's real or not. Next up is this Minecraft costume. Now this cost me £3. So I've had a look online, and a similar one on Amazon is about £18. And if you look on eBay, it's closer to £15 brand new, so I'll probably aim for 10 for this. Keeping the Minecraft theme going, we've got these fine tip felt pens that I picked up, I think for £3. And looking online, I can't find this box anywhere, because you see here, it's actually an exclusive to WH Smith. All I could find similar to this was on eBay, someone selling 4 of these pens for £10. So if I'm really being optimistic with this, I could aim for £15, but it's probably going to go closer to 10. Next up, I have these 2 Olympic mascot teddies. Now these were £2 each. They don't have the highest resale value, but they do go for around £7 to £8. So if I bundle these together, I could probably get about 15 for this. Next up, we have probably my worst purchase, which is this Gruffalo gardening set. Now I think I paid £3 for this, not entirely sure, but looking on Amazon, it seems like it's reduced down from £8 to £5, so there's only about a £2 profit here for me. I'll probably stick it on eBay for £5, or maybe even Vinted, just to get some little bit of money back, but at least I'll get my £3 back. Next up, we have these Nerf goggles. I picked this up for £1. This is all brand new sealed. The box isn't in the best condition, but it's still brand new. And on eBay, it's selling for about £8. So I'll probably put it on there for £5. Now this next one shocked me. I picked up this mug. This was purely a desperate buy because I was trying to buy an item from every store, as we know. And I was like, I need to get something. I need to keep the numbers up. So I picked this up for £1. I wouldn't normally even consider picking this up. I was kind of inclined to do it because it's in the box. It's obviously branded by the Wallace Gromit people. And it comes from TK Maxx, which I know TK Maxx aren't going to sell it for too cheap. So if it was £1, I'm probably going to make some money on it. But I'm shocked on this. Looking on eBay, it's selling from about £10 to £15, which I just think is crazy. I wasn't expecting that at all. So I'll probably put this on there for £10. And then finally, my very last item, I picked up this Peter Rabbit recipe book. Now this is all new. It's not been written or anything. Paid 50p for this, and on eBay it's selling for about £12. So that's not a bad profit myself. I'll probably put it on eBay for £10. And in total, I spent £36, and adding up all that estimated profit, I will make £150 just from this morning at the boot sale. Can't complain, can you really? Subscribe for more of this content, and thank you for watching. Give the video a like.